If you've been on social media recently, I'm sure you've seen that Serato just released a beta for version 4.0 of Serato DJ. And with such a major release, there's some really cool and really useful features. Number one being the crate search that Serato users have been asking for over a decade at this point. But I'll say that that's not the most useful features in this new version of Serato. So let me go over some of them that I think are even more useful and even more helpful. So let's just at least start out, if you haven't seen Serato DJ 4.0, with the crate search. So all you have to do is go ahead and click on the magnifying glass here and you'll bring up the crate search. So I can type in anything and it'll pull up all the crates that have that phrase in the actual crate title and they'll all pull up. Really easy, and I really love the fact that Serato separated the crate search on the left side with the normal library search on the right side. It makes it a lot easier and a lot faster to know where you want to go and what you want to search for. And of course, that's a great feature. Many thousands of DJs have been asking for that for the longest time, but I think these features are even more useful. Number one, being the fact that you can actually favorite crates. Now what that means is I can pick any crate. So let's just say I have my 1980s crate and I want to favorite it. I can just go ahead and right click, which is another feature I'll get into next. And I can favorite it and it just shows up right here at the top. So I don't have to go scrolling through and going through all my crates and sub crates to find the crate that I'm looking for. So say I'm prepping for a gig, like maybe an 80s R&B party or 2000s party. I can just go ahead, find the crates that I need, favorite them before the gig, and they can pop up right here at the top of my crate list. And then once I'm done with that gig, all I have to do is right click again and then remove from favorites and it's right back. I don't have that favorite at the top again. Really easy to add and delete those favorites. Super useful tool. Now what I just showed is a new right click feature that's not only available on the crates, but in the library as well. I can right click and I can do a lot of things in this menu that makes it a lot easier to get things done in Serato, such as like I can add it to a prepare crate, I can add it to a stems crate, I can actually analyze the files. And what is super nice about this new update is, one thing I really didn't like about Serato is that if I was plugged into hardware, say I'm in the middle of a gig and I have a request, I download the song, to analyze the song I'd have to unplug to do the analyzation. Now I can do it even with hardware connected. I can change the BPM, half and double, so you don't have to remember what the keyboard command is anymore. It's actually in the menu. And here's another really cool feature, is that you can actually select a rating emoji. So I can pick an emoji for this track and I can have it there, and all I have to do to have that show up is pull up rating, and now I can rate it however many smiley faces I want. And what's cool about this is that different tracks can have different emojis selected, meaning that you can have, one emoji for your warm-up set, and you can have that set 1 through 5. You can have, an emoji set for your primetime set, your, closing out set, things like that, where just the star 1 through 5 really doesn't help that much. But because you can categorize it with emojis in this case, it makes it a lot more useful to use, which I think is a great feature and something that I'm going to start doing in my sets, and just makes it a lot easier to kind of whittle down and niche down the songs I'm looking for in my library. Now to continue on with that right click, I can actually show in crates, which is a really cool feature, because now I can just pull this up. By clicking on that, I can see all the crates that this song is actually in, which makes organizing your library so much faster. If you're wondering where a song is or what crates it's in, maybe you have to take it out, you know exactly which crates to go into to remove them, instead of having to search a crate one by one. With one click, you have that answer right away. And to get out of that, all I have to do is click on the X and I'm out. Now, another really cool feature of Serato DJ 4.0 is the fact that now we can actually color our crates. So for instance, I just need to right click, then I can select crate color, and I have a whole palette of different actual crate colors that I can pick from, and I can change the color of the crate. So say I want to label all of a certain genre in one color, I can do that. If an error or anything like that, I can actually color my crates, making it a lot more visual and a lot easier to, when you're scrolling through really fast, to find the crate that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and remove that color, just make it back to normal. All I have to do is click on the X right here and it's back to the original color. And if you didn't notice, probably one of my most favorite features of this new update is the fact that we get crate statistics here at the bottom. So if I click on a crate, I know exactly how many songs are in there, how many days, minutes, and hours are in there, and more importantly, how much space it's taking up on my hard drive. This is something that we didn't have in Serato before, but you have it in other software like Rekordbox, and I'm really happy to have it here. All of these new features make organizing your music and organizing your crates in Serato a lot easier. And it's something that was really lacking previously in Serato, where you had a lot more flexibility in organizing and getting your music together in other software. Here, they've added a lot of tools that we wanted, and also added some tools like the rating emojis and having them different, things that we didn't really think about that could be very useful. But I will say there's one big issue with this update that I'm really not that happy about, and I hope they can at least change it a little bit moving forward, and that's the fact that they moved all of these tabs right here. Previously, when you clicked on one of those, they'd show up right above the library here, and you'd still be able to have all the information in your actual track list, and it wasn't kind of obscured because it just kind of shrank down the window. But now when I click on my prepare, it takes up this whole side panel right here. So say I'm looking for this information on the side, I'd have to scroll back and forth, which is something that I really don't like doing, or I'd have to readjust all of my columns, which if I don't have the prepare window open, it'll look kind of silly. Please, Serato, give us the option of having it on the side or having it up above like it was originally. I'm sure there's a lot of DJs out there that would appreciate that. At least give us the option. Don't make this permanent, because even this, I have to scroll back and forth to see all the information here, and having this take up half of my screen this way just doesn't make as much sense as the way you had it before. I know some people might prefer that. Even in Algorithm DJ, it's set up this way, but I don't really enjoy it there either because I'm so used to how it's set up in Serato. So please give us the ability to have it either above or on the side. But besides that one main complaint, I'm really happy with this update. They might not be the most flashy of features, but there's some really useful ones, and some ones that I know I'm going to be using all the time, especially with how OCD I am with my library organization. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. And shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. If you're looking for more DJ related content such as DJ edits, or if you're looking for one-on-one coaching or group coaching, definitely check out my Patreon. Shout out to all my patrons right here. And of course, if you're looking for more DJ related content, please click on one of the videos right here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.